Good morning, he said, from Zetster's lab. Another new day. I'm done. Done with my 3 commissions for my friend Debbie. Well, must admit, she hasn't seen the finished number 3 yet. But I've got this new project that I want to do, and I don't like starting a new project before I finish the previous one. So I just want to show you my 3 commissions done. This was the first little one. The little girls in the flower field. Oh, it was wonderful. This one I used a lot of paintbrushes. I used my paintbrushes, especially remember this ugly one to tip. So I used a lot of this. A lot of more paint brush work than actually palette knife I used on this one. A lot of color, a lot of flowers. Then it was this little man fishing. This was more palette knife. I used a lot of palette knives and to create this one. So there you can see the little man fishing, the dog, the little house. There's the little man in the tree. This was fun. And then the last one, she wanted this beautiful girl in a dress. And I look at the beautiful face and the flowers and the dress. I even made a video to show you exactly how to do a dress with a palette knife. Oh, this is actually my next project, is one for me. I want to do 3 women in blue dresses like this, but just crazy dancing. I'm gonna try this in that's why I want to finish this. Cannot wait to start with the next one. And as I was thinking about the video, I thought a lot of us, we don't really enjoy our lives. Our life is tough, and all that we see and feel and experience is how hard it is. And then I realized something. The moment you start to do what you love, you will start to love your life. And that's what happened to me. I started small by focusing what gives me joy, what makes me happy. Even it was going to work in the garden. We went through very tough times financially, and a lot of tough things in my life, like in everybody's. I mean, really, let's be honest, life in this realm is tough. And there's many hard things that we need to go through. But in the midst of that terrible heartache and tough times, I started focusing and looking and searching for those things that bring me joy. And as I now realize, the joy and the peace and the life, abundant life, and love and power and strength that I provision, everything that I search for out there was in me all the time. And the minute I started finding those things that gives me joy, I now actually realize those things brought out the joy and the peace that was already in me. And that is what manifests now a life of joy and peace for me. And yes, you don't have to be an artist. There are things in your life. Just look for them. Search for them. What brings out the joy and the peace in you? It might be reading a book. It might be working in the garden. It might be going for a walk and start doing those things. And the more you do it, the more you focus, the more things you will find all around you in this realm now, in your daily life. Oh, I always thought I've got the most boring life. I was bored. I was sick of my life. And I said, but I don't have money, so I cannot do anything really, and I cannot go anywhere. And I was just miserable. And then I started to learn in the midst of that storm or whatever that was going through in my mind. Just find those things that brings you joy. And daily, this day is life happens now. And if you don't find the things in your daily life now that brings out the peace and the joy and the love that you already have in you, you're not going to find it in outward circumstances. And that's why my art is really bringing out the joy and the love and the peace and the excitement and the power and everything that is already in me. It's not things that I had to find and search for and look outside of me. I found the more and more I am really, let's say, milking this, find the peace and joy and do those things that brings out the peace and joy and love in you. The more I do it, the more I absolutely love and adore my life. Yes, I've got many things that can really put me in hell, drive me into doom and gloom. Yes, because this life is tough, and things that's happening all around us and what's going on in the world and Corona and the pandemic, and most people are in such fear and hysterics and whatever. Yes, I can tap into that. It's my choice. Will I go there? Will I keep going there where most people are in absolute fear and focusing on the negative and the terrible things that are happening out there in the world? Because most of those things aren't happening with you. But you get so wrapped up in this fear of what's so-called happening that you miss the life that you are. You are the life. We are the life. It's in us. And we can miss it when we don't live in this moment. Because life happens now. So these three commissions that I did, it was just once again showing me I can use that to really experience the abundant life that is in me and share it with you. So yes, don't tell me, because I've been there. Don't tell me, oh, I've got a terrible life. There is nothing in me that I enjoy and it's just bad. Change your mind and your life will change. I mean, I remember when we really were going through financial heartaches, like terrible. And I was in this fear, we're going to lose the house and we're going to lose everything. And in the midst of that, the Spirit in me leads me to just work in the garden. Because, I love gardening. But then I thought, but what's the use? We can lose the house, we can lose everything. Why? And the life in me taught me, that's the word. Do what you can now. Life happens now. And I started doing that. I worked in the garden. I found my joy and my peace in the midst. And do what you can do now. Your life happens now. Always now. There's no tomorrow, because when we get there, so to speak, it's also now. So if you don't find what brings you out the peace and joy in you now, You can, don't have it there or in another situation. Situations outside of us cannot bring us peace and joy though, because it's in us. And that is the awesome thing when you start to realize abundant life is where you are. It's in you. You've got whatever you need. The well is in you. You the well. I mean, the river of life is in you. There are so many phrases that we can use to explain the abundant life in us. And we miss that. It's so easy. I mean, it's the easiest thing to miss the life in you by trying to find it somewhere else. So yes, find those things that brings you joy, and your life will miraculously change. Have a fantastic day. So I'll keep you posted. Perhaps I make a video with this blue dresses and the woman. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I think I'm just, well, later, next video, I'm going to tell you all about that. Have a fantastic day. And go and find that thing that brings you peace and joy in this moment. Because that's where life is. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in and listening to my videos. And like them, send them out, share them, whatever. Whatever you feel like doing. Have a fantastic day. Love you lots. We're one spirit, one life.